All right. Let's go. Looking at Aussie Cad. I'm actually looking at a buying opportunity on the Aussie Cad currency pair. Reason being is basically what really got me interested in this currency pair, right? The Aussie Cad, that is. Is this right? I haven't taken the trade yet, but it's this right here. Okay, so I was doing a couple of things this morning. I noticed on the prime terminal the Aussie Cad, the seasonality right here starting to really push up, right? And when we go look at the currency pair, we can see that the seasonal data is up at 102.14, which is extremely strong bullishness coming into the market. The price over the next couple months is expected to hit 95, oh sorry, 0.95, and over the next 40 days expect to be bullish all through that, right? Looking at the short-term pattern scanner, what this does is it takes out of 105 patterns scanned. Now this pattern currently lining up right here, right? Out of 105 times it's scanned, it's had a 61% probability of price going up as well. So I was looking at that in terms of possibly going long, and as well as when you look at dealer intimate, you can see the we've got 93.7 thousand lots long compared to 4.7 thousand lots short. So even sort of institutional money's buying the Aussie and they're selling the CAD simultaneously. So this I'm really starting to like this one to push up. Yeah, so I'm just jumping all over here. Summer harvest selling produce, Aussie. Yeah, going into that as well, September is usually a crappy trade month as well. It's been actually pretty bad, not horrible, but it's been very slow month, right? Markets are very in short ranges and whatnot. Good old summer trading periods. So anyway, I'm looking at buying this one. Now I've been on the phone with my broker for the last 15 minutes because for some reason I was unable to place any orders. So I'm wanting to sort of do that now on this account. So I want to have about a 58% pip stop loss. Actually, might go to 63 pip stop loss. We'll go 60, whatever it is. Gives me a 0.75 lot size. Stops are going to be at 0.91838. I'm just realizing I'm not even typing that on. 0.91838. Take profit up at 0.9366. I don't want to go 66. Let's go 665 for good luck. That's in there. So it gives me that's a new account. It gives me a 0.5% risk. So I'm going 0.5% risk on this trading account. This trading account's 100,000 for a 1% gain. Yeah, 0.5% risk for 0.5% for 1% gain. So I 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. I'm happy to look at taking this trade. Right. Now I've separated my 2 trading accounts. So you know how I got the 2 trading systems before? I was just doing them on the same account. I'm going to do them on 2 separate accounts just so we can keep track of it easy. This account is going to be the just this trading system, the discretionary one, where we're just trading, based off of seasonal prime mostly, seasonal market, and the whether it's counter trend, trend continuation, whatever. And then my other trading account is going to be my main trading system, which is the trend following. I just thought it'd be easier to keep track of what's performing, outperforming the other one, and that sort of stuff. Right now, the trend following one's a little bit down in terms of like percentage wise and whatnot, but we're getting better. We're getting up into there, getting back the profit. It's just because September's so low, right? All your equity is just sitting there floating. Anyway, yes, I'm happy with this trade right through there. Cad Yen. Let's go look at Cad Yen. Cad Yen. Cad Cad Yen right through here. So right away, what we can see is it's not very strong at the moment. In terms of seasonal data, right? Price is expected to sort of have a little bit of a push up to 86, but then come back down to 84. Seasonal's under the 100. So when it's above 100, we expect bullishness. When it's below the 100, we expect bearishness. The 100 is that purple line right there. So right now it's below it, right? So it's expected sort of, push to 86, but after 86, come down to 84. Over the next 2, 5, 7 days, a little bit bearish right there. Of course, this is not 100%, but it's pretty good. Pattern scanner. So basically, over the last 185 patterns that it scans of this, what's showing up right now, this here, 63% of times it's been bearish. So we can expect some bearishness coming into this market reasonably quick. DMX, dumb money index. So that's basically retail traders, what they're doing, they're shorting it. But that's all right. Dealers, they're selling it. Anyway, let's go look at the charts. What was it? Cad Yen. So I can straight away see why it's looking bearish, or why it's expected to go bearish, based on technicals, right? So based on technicals, we can see we got obviously that trend line hidden. I'm not a fan of trend lines. I just put it there for visualize for you guys. I'm not a fan of trend lines. I like horizontal support and resistance mostly, but it is in that sort of trend line area. The app is called Seasonal Prime. It's a program. You can actually get it. Seasonal here. You can get it right here. Now, what it does, I'll quickly explain the seasonal program. Seasonal data is used a lot by professional traders, from institutions to professional retail traders as well. It takes over what's happened in the last 50 years in September, July, August, September, October, all those months, and it goes, what's happened on average in those months when certain things have happened. And then it takes that probability and puts it in, goes, oh, okay, well, in September, the Cad Yen has mostly been bearish or bullish or whatever. And then it scans these short-term patterns right here. So it takes these few candles here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 daily candles. It scans those 10 daily candles. It goes, well, every time the market's shown this pattern lining up right now, over 185 times, the last times it showed, 63% of the time it's been bearish by 0.67% the next day. So Monday. Of course, it's not 100%, but it's just an extra tool to add into your trading system. And it's also, you can, if you really get into the economy, economic stuff, you can get all the data here, like, inflation and all that sort of stuff. It also has a currency strength meter, but for those that do like to trade the news and whatnot, you got the all relevant news for the CAD or the yen under events here. So Friday, today, we got a little bit of yen news, but not a whole lot. But I don't really pay attention to that. So yeah, it's a great tool for that. So anyway, Cad Yen, yeah, probably not much for me just yet on this particular pair. Too bullish for that. All right, moving on quickly. What do we do? We just took Aussie Cad, so I've got to give that out in my signal room. What about Pound Yen? Pound Yen. Let me just move that over there. Pound Yen, Pound Yen. Ooh, okay. Khalil, look at this, Pound Yen. Flew up yesterday, yeah. Well, straight away, seasonal is up at 101.21, so bullishness coming into the market. It's expected to hit 1.51.69. over the next 2, 5, 7, blah, 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 it's up to 40 days, expected to get bullish. So closed profit, good stuff. So seasonal data straight away is obviously bullish. Pattern scanner. So over the last 100 patterns scanned of the last 10 candles these days, right here, 63% of the time it's been bullish by 0.83% the next day. COT data, so asset managers and whatnot, kind of even here, right? So there's not a whole lot happening there. Leverage funds, I don't care about leverage funds. They're usually pretty crap. Dealers, they're also short. The pound while they're buying the yen at the moment, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But so yeah, straight away I can see bullishness on the seasonal, which gives me confidence. Yeah. So I was actually looking at this one the other day, but I didn't want to jump in until I created this new account. So this new account is just for this trading system right here. Keep that in mind. My other accounts for my trend following system. So when I'm on this account, I'm only going to be talking about discretionary trading. When I'm on my other account, I'm only going to talk about trend following. So right now, yeah, it could continue to get bullish. So what we like to see, right, after we have these big jumps in price, we usually get a 50% pullback, right, after a big bullish engulfer. Now, actually, what I do like about that, what I just noticed as well, is, so for those that have been in my webinars for quite a while, know that I talk about 50% pullback a lot. What I noticed as well, even the seasonal expects it to come back about 50%, right? So it's up here now, expects it to come down to 50%. So what I like to do when we get these big bullish engulfers is measure 50% of the bullish engulfer and expect price to come down 50%. And it's even better when price lines up with an area of support in that 50%. So right through here, if we look to the left a little bit, you can see we have the support right through there. On the 4 hour, yeah, even on the 4 hour, it's got a little support area. So I'm not going to be looking to go long today or anything like that, but I will be looking for this next week for a pullback into here and possibly going long, depending on how price reacts around this little 50% pullback right through there. And that could be expected for us to push up, and price is expected to go to 15169. It's not a huge jump at the moment. So it's about there. But in saying that, it's 120 pips, but also in saying that, obviously, just because seasonal says it can go there, doesn't mean it's just going to go there. It could go up to 1.53, you know. So I do like this higher. I definitely like this higher. We will watch this one carefully next week in terms of that. Any questions? All right, cool. Including wicks. Sorry, what was that about? Oh, with the 50% pullback. Yeah, just go from the bottom of the wick to the top of the wick. Is that what you meant? Sorry. So for instance, on this big one right here, you go from the bottom to the top to the bottom right through there. And surely enough, this one didn't actually trigger, and it doesn't always trigger, but cool, something's wrong on my screen. Doesn't always trigger, but when it does, it offers really good sort of risk rewards as well. All right, moving on. You're a solid CAD. All right, bearish. Mate, I just literally did pound yen. You're not listening? I'm not doing it again. You can watch the recording. I just spent 5-10 minutes on it. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD. So I'm looking for it here. Mate, if you're not gonna listen, don't bother joining. Sorry to get all antsy, but it happens a lot, right? People ask me to do something, and then I'll do it, and then they don't listen, and I'm like, whatever. Dollar CAD. Seasonally, it's above 100, so it's not too strong just yet. I like to see it up at 1 101 mark, and that's where it really shows me, you know, we could really get bullish here. Go away. How do I get rid of that? So I lost my train of thought now. Okay. Yeah, so it's expected to push up into 1.285, but it's all a bit over the place at the moment. So next 2, 5, 7 days, a little bit bullish. 10, 15 days, a little bit bearish, but over the next 20, 50, 30 to 40 days, expect to be bullish, right? So not very strong price movements, but you know, it's getting there. If anything, it's expected to be consolidation. You can see that this is a consolidation sort of, you know, consolidation. So it's expected to consolidate within that range right there. If you go to the chart and look at that, all right, pattern scanner. So the pattern that's shown here, over the last 211 patterns that have shown that look exactly like this, 61% of the time it's been bearish only by 0.4%, so not a whole lot, right? So we're expecting very minimal movement in this market. Asset manager institutional, so this is sort of it explains it there. Buy side of the market, they're buying, but not a whole lot of momentum going into this market. You can see there's only 10,000.2 lots long compared to 2.2 thousand lots short. That's not going to move the market at all. So moving on, looking at this one on the dollar CAD. So what this tells us is we can expect it to range within here, if that helps, Shan. So you'd be looking to sort of just trade it within that range, if anything. Some support there. John wants gold. Yeah, gold. I believe we shorted this. Oh, we took it. I didn't give it. I forgot to give you out a signal room. I'm sorry, guys, but we did take it on the webinar, yesterday's webinar. So anyone in yesterday's webinar, we sold it here. So be a little bit in profit at the moment. I'm expecting price to come down into 1.1682. Right, it could stall here, but anywhere within this range is where I expect price to come into. I'm not completely bearish on gold. I mean, gold's one of those things where, you know, it's always going to come back up. But I do believe that, you know, we could be in for a little bit of a correction before the next push to the upside. So continuing to short gold, big daily strong candle right here, push down into there, looks pretty good. We can go on the seasonal as well. The seasonal does show gold and commodities and whatnot, but I just got to change it all. So I'm not going to bother with that right now. So yeah, I just think it's continuing with that bearish price action. So what you'd be looking to do is possibly get a retest on there for the next push down. Who else about that? John. Now, depending on what time frame you trade, if you trade the daily time frame, this is actually a sell opportunity right here. Stops above there, take profit down there. But if you're more of a day trader or, you know, short-term trader, then just look for a retest, right? I mean, it doesn't have much to come back to retest, but, you know, within here, look for the next lower high, right? Rejection, bearish engulfer, and then look to go short. But yeah, I'm definitely bearish on this one. Pound Aussie. I do want to see. So just quickly over in my signal room, I did give out a trade the other day. Well, not the other day, I think it was last week or something like that. Pound Oz. Oh, how long ago? It must have been longer than I thought. Pound Oz. ANZ Bank have a target at 1.85. So they shorted it, right? They shorted it right here. That was after the big drop. And they have a target down at 1.85. So there is inverse head, there is a head and shoulders coming into play. Doesn't mean anything, doesn't mean price is going to come down. I'm personally, well, with my trend following system, I'm extremely bullish on the other Pound Oz, right? And if we look at this, when it loads, yeah, my trend following system, bullish on pound dollars. I have to follow the trends, right? Looking to continue with that. On here though, right, what we can see, let's make it a little bit bigger. Get it all up in front of us. For some reason it's taking a while to load. Pound Oz can be expected. Well, right now it's bearish. Seasonally, it's bearish. It's 99.35% under the 100, so not a whole lot. Asset managers, they're kind of on par, a little bit more short on the short side. Dealers though, dealers are very short on this one. You got about 30.3 thousand lots going short compared to 12,000 going long. Asset managers are 57.5 thousand lots going short compared to 49.9 thousand going long. Over the next couple of days, maybe a week, hang around, fluctuate, a little bit bullish, a little bit bearish, as you can see right here. But then it's expected to come down to 1.87. And over the next 40 days, bearish price action, right? But not a whole lot, not a whole lot. If we just quickly look as well, Fed looks like they're going to start tapering. The main thing that changes my views for currencies is what price is doing. Now, I'm not massive on fundamental trading. Now what I do, when I reset, let me say that again. I'll show you what I do pay attention to. You guys have seen all my webinars. Yeah, these sorts of reports right through here. Where's my camera? Can you guys see what I'm looking at? Yeah. I read these reports like from BNP, HSBC, and Goldman Sachs, and HSBC again, and that tells me what their macroeconomic view is on the market. That's really what I look at. I don't look at this sort of stuff. I don't look at short-term news. I don't care about short-term news. But in terms of what you're saying about tapering and whatnot, the only thing that's going to change my mind on the currency pair is, currency pair is what the market's going to do. I've seen markets that, for instance, should be reacting extremely bullish to a price, but they go the opposite way. And that's why I always take price action into consideration more so than anything. There's been times where, everyone's going, okay, dollar's going to go down, this is happening, that's happening, because you get bearishness, and, all these banks are shorting it, but dollar's still rising for some reason, right? Dollar's still rising, happens. I just go with the dollar. I just go with the price action of the markets. And that's really the only main thing that stops, makes me go into a trade. So this is the sort of stuff here, what I'm talking about. This is the sort of stuff I read. So morning brief. I'll hand these out to you guys in my group as well. The outlook for FOMC and whatnot. This was yesterday's report. An Aussie yen pop would seem reasonably Europe outside day bullish and Gulf account bullish. Goldman Sachs, Credit Suisse. I really like Credit Suisse's stuff. Is this Credit Suisse? Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I really like Credit Suisse's analysis. Anyway, what are we getting to? John, who asked that? John, I can send you these reports if you want to read them. They would have a bigger understanding of this stuff than I would do. I just read what they, and I sort of take into consideration, but what's this? Best trade ideas across assets. Stay long. Stay short US. Oh, that's not mine. OS. All right. Anyway, moving on. I don't have much else to talk about. I mean, it's Friday. Pound Singapore. What am I looking for? Exotics. yeah, I mean, pretty bullish, right? In terms of discretionary system. Actually, I think this one would even follow the trend following system. Yeah, it would. So this one follows both my trading systems. Now, obviously, you guys know I like to follow the trend, 20, 50, 200 moving average. This would follow the trend following. We're above the 200. We pop back above it. We've come down to support, right? But right now, we're not looking at that one. Nice little wick to the downside here. Rejection at support, bullish engulfer. Now, if I was going to trade this, my stops would have to be under there. Right, quite a large take profit and stop loss. So I would have stops about 200 pips and targets at 400 pips. Now, if that's too hard for you to handle, I totally understand. That's just me personally. I don't want my stops just under this point right here, because the market, as we've seen through here, would like to pop down there, and it could possibly pop down there. So I want to account for a little bit more room. And what I take in consideration is what was the lowest point in this whole consolidation period right through here. The lowest point was right that one there. So if it goes past that, we're probably going to go further down. So I look at that and I go, if it's under there, I should be safe. But yeah, that's how I don't like to have really tight stop losses. That I find doesn't really go too well. But yeah, I don't mind this one for a push to the upside, Chris. Euro dollar. I mean, this one overall, all around. Yeah. I don't really have too much of a view on it. Using the discretionary system, trading system, nothing there. Would want to see it down here before we buy it. The trend following system. Now I said I wasn't going to show on this webinar, but I can't be bothered changing through accounts at the moment. You'd be looking for a short opportunity. Right? Looking to short that around there. Steep. Yeah, that follows the trend system for a short. And I'd be going short down to 1.16. So I reckon you could squeeze a good 140 pips out of this one. Under the 200-day EMA, under the 4-hour, 1 hour, very nice rejections, resistance levels, 200 moving average and whatnot. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. NAS 100, definitely bullish. Yeah. I'm bummed I missed that. That would have been your buying opportunity right there. Coming to support. Look for a possible higher low for the next push up. I'm definitely not a fan of shorting these. I don't short these at all. What I think could happen is you're going to get that push down into support, higher low for the next push up, and that's where I'm going to be looking to go along. So wait on daily chart, right? Possibly just a 50% of that point there. If that 50% lines up with support, maybe not. Maybe it might come to 32.8. So I don't really pay attention to 32. But a push down to here into that support for the next push up. That's what I'll be looking for. Khalil, hopefully you pay attention to that one. And with these indexes, just buy them, hold them. Don't have to look at taking profits on these ones very quickly. The good thing about them as well is you get paid out dividends. So if you hold these long enough, you get paid out dividends. So it's kind of just money going into your account for just holding them. So yeah, use the body for the 50%. Do I have to? Doesn't really matter, honestly. You're going to have 1 million people that do it this way and 1 million people do it that way. When I did my diploma in technical analysis, they were told that either way works. And if you ever get confused, just go halfway. And that way you're going to account for both parties. People that do it from the body, people that do it from the wicks. I personally like to go for the wicks. All personal preference. So yeah, anyway, guys, I might call it there. Don't have much else to look at, really. Yeah, we'll call it there. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Friday here in Australia anyway. I'm gonna go buy my wife a birthday present and an anniversary present because it's our birthday and our 5th year anniversary. Married, of course. Guys, take care. We'll see you in tomorrow's webinar. Oh, sorry, Monday's webinar. Cheers, guys. So.